Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Alex, and let's talk about Christian Wood being signed by the Los Angeles Lakers. So just the other night, Christian Wood signed a 2-year contract with the second year being a player option, and it's about $2.7 million, something like that from my memory. And just in terms of base value of this contract, this is just an absolute steal of a signing for the Lakers. Just last season, Christian Wood was a 16 point per game guy, can also give you like 8 boards, also gave you a block a game, having some pretty decent shooting splits as well, especially from 3, where he's shooting about 5 threes a game on 37% from that range. And with his game as a whole, I definitely do think that he is going to help the Lakers not only space out the floor, but I think when things are getting kind of rough on the offensive end, if there's 6 seconds left and he has the ball for whatever reason, maybe he's in a post and there's a smaller guard on him, I think he could definitely get his own shot. He also has the ability to put the ball onto the floor as well. So I think this gives the Lakers a lot of different flexibility, especially since now they have a pretty decent number of kind of big guys that they can play at either power forward or center. And I think it gives them a lot of different options. Now, before I get into that and how he's going to fit, I've seen a lot of different opinions about this signing. Some people saying that, oh my gosh, this is going to make the Lakers absolutely unbeatable. I've also seen some people say that Christian Wood is very overrated, even with a little cycle of the Christian Wood progress, kind of like Russell Westbrook, where you're like, oh wow, this guy is pretty good. And then as the season goes along, you're like, get this man off of my team. And while I can definitely understand where both sides are kind of coming from, I definitely do think Christian Wood is a very good player. But like most good players in the league, they also have a lot of flaws. Christian Wood just isn't that great of a defensive player. That is not something I'm expecting him to be honestly very good at. I think at best he is a average defender, but I feel like on most nights it's below average. And yes, I did point out earlier in the video that he did average a block a game. I would sure hope a center would average a block a game playing 26 to 27 minutes a game. I feel like that's just bound to happen. And even as a rebounder, yes, he's averaging 8 to 10 rebounds, but I don't really know how impactful those rebounds really are. And there's definitely been concerns about maybe Christian Wood's attitude as the years have gone along and he's gotten more opportunity. There has definitely been reports saying that Christian Wood just isn't happy with his role on certain teams, especially with the Mavericks, since he actually released a statement talking about how excited he is to join the Lakers, but also kind of taking a shot at the Mavs. There's definitely a concern with him joining the Lakers, because is this attitude gonna follow him onto this team that has aspirations to win a championship? And if this is the attitude he's gonna continue to have, how much playing time is he truly gonna get? And again, that's kind of the main reason why he's kind of lashing out, because he kind of feels like he's getting done dirty. I would hope that these concerns will go away, especially with a team with LeBron James. I feel like he's just going to shut it down, make sure that doesn't happen. And if it happens, hey, that man's getting traded because he's on the LeBron team. But to finally go into what Christian Wood is going to look like on this team again, I think he really gives the Lakers a lot of different lineup versatility. I don't think he's going to start, but even if he does come off the bench, it'll be interesting to see if the Lakers are going to decide to start Vanderbilt or Rui Hachimura. But either way, I could definitely see Christian Wood fitting in next to Vanderbilt with the bench unit. I feel like their games, while different, are also complementary. Again, Christian Wood, not that great of a defensive player, but Jared Vanderbilt, not that great of an offensive player. I feel like they both kind of fill in what they're not good at, and I think that'll ultimately be good, especially at least just coming off the bench. And with Anthony Davis expressing his feelings once again about just wanting to play the power forward position and only center minutes when they really need to, I think Christian Wood could potentially also play next to Anthony Davis. Again, I don't think he's going to be a starter, but I could definitely see lineups where he's out there with AD. But because I think Christian Wood's defense isn't all that great, it will be interesting to see how much playing time he truly gets. Unfortunately, I can see him getting minutes split with Jackson Hayes, and I'm not too high on Jackson Hayes either. So I guess depending on matchups and depending on how things are going throughout a game, I don't really know how many minutes Christian Wood will be getting. And because Christian Wood's defense isn't really that great, I do think you need to maximize lineups with defense on them. And while the Lakers do have quality defensive pieces like Anthony Davis, Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron every once in a while, if we're going to throw out a lineup that's going to maximize Christian Wood and make sure that his flaws aren't very obvious, it'll probably be something along the lines of maybe a Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, Taurean Prince, Vanderbilt, or Anthony Davis, and then add Christian Wood there at the center. And if that's kind of the bench unit, I guess that's fine. So to answer the title of the video, do I think the Lakers are now unbeatable because Christian Wood is on this roster? No, I think they are very much beatable. I think there are some very good teams in the West, but I will say I still think the Lakers are probably the second, potentially best team in the West, depending on how you feel about the Nuggets and their offseason. So adding Christian Wood certainly doesn't hurt their chances at making it to the finals. But again, I don't think this Lakers team is unbeatable. And in terms of the fit with the Lakers, I think it will be pretty good. Again, for the value of his contract and what he actually produces, I think this is a great contract for him. And because it is a player option, and this is going to be a prove it year for Christian Wood. He has a lot to prove. He has to make sure that he shows people that his attitude has changed and he can perform well on a team with high aspirations of a championship. And if he does so, I think he will probably opt out of this contract and go into free agency, looking for a little bit more money and maybe a bigger role. But even if he decides to opt into that contract, I think again it's still a really good contract for the Lakers. He's going to be in the prime of his career at the age of 27, and I definitely do think that he's going to do pretty well in the Lakers. Then I think the Lakers definitely again have a great chance of winning the championship next season. Well, those are my thoughts on Christian Wood joining the Lakers. Let me know down below what y'all think. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and sub. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so it would mean a lot. You can check out my socials down below in the description. You can also check out this video somewhere on the screen. It would mean a lot. You should definitely check it out. It's probably a good video. It is a good video. Go watch it. Peace out.